Hi, this is Tech with Costa, and I'm sharing my engineering journey. Okay, next thing I want to do is to set up VS Code with WSL, the IDE we are going to use to code inside of it, actually. So find the original official Visual Studio webpage, find the download Visual Studio Code, and download the Windows installation setup. Because we want to install this on Windows, not on Linux, okay? Then open the downloads folder, execute the setup. I accept the agreement, next, next, next. Then tick everything except the create a desktop icon. I don't need it. Next, install. Actually, I hate icons on the desktop. That's why I have everything empty, just to avoid distractions. So then I launch the Visual Studio Code, finish. Okay, just wait a little bit. And you should see a message in the bottom right corner about WSL, because it should detect automatically that you have WSL installed. That's why we install VS Code after installing or setting up WSL. Let's maximize this. Let's pin Visual Studio Code to the taskbar, because we are going to use that often. Then you can follow the welcome steps if you want to learn more about it. You can follow the steps of the welcome page. You can also read the documentation here to learn more about VS Code functionalities. For example, WSL interactions, Git and GitHub setup, Python, Docker, etc. But essentially in this image, you can see that we have Visual Studio Code installed on Windows, and then it connects remotely to Windows subsystem for Linux, or the Linux instance, through a WSL extension that I will show you, right? So the next step is to install WSL extension. It should pop up automatically, and it did. If not, go to extensions panel and find it, WSL by Microsoft. So what you do here is basically you click install if it prompts, and then it should install automatically the extension here, and a welcome page will open. You can follow it if you want. I will close this one and also this one. Okay, so as I was saying, if this message didn't pop up, you just go here, extensions, and then you search for WSL. And then you open WSL and make sure it's the one from Microsoft and install it. And that's it. Now we just close Visual Studio Code. Cool. Then let's go to a project folder on the Linux terminal and execute the following code from that folder. So open the terminal, and I want to open the original LLM ZoomCamp folder using GitHub. Using GitHub, no, of course, using code, sorry. Visual Studio Code. So I copy this and I can execute it, right? And it's installing automatically VS Code server for Linux. This is the thing that is responsible to create automatically the remote connection between your Windows machine and your Linux machine within WSL through VS Code. Then, yes, I trust the authors. Close the welcome thing. And yeah, so you can also go to, of course, Git and LLM ZoomCamp, and then you could execute code space dot from here, and the same thing would open, okay? This is the normal workflow for you to open a specific project folder from within Linux terminal. So a remote connection to Linux distribution is created automatically by VS Code Server. We will work on VS Code installed on Windows with automatic remote connections to Ubuntu through WSL2, leveraging both operating systems, meaning I don't have to dual boot. I have Windows and Linux in a seamless way integrated in the same machine. For my needs, it suits the purpose now. So yeah, trust the authors if prompted. I already did that. Then we need to check. We don't need, but I want to show you the WSL tab. And on the bottom left corner, find the WSL tab, left click to see several options. Since we have launched WSL directly from the folder on Ubuntu with the code command, the remote connection is established automatically. We do not need to do anything else here. We can close everything. So if I go here, I see the options I just mentioned. You can check them out, but this is basically if I wanted to connect to a different distribution. If I had other WSL installations or distros, I could do that from here. But at the moment, we are already connected to Ubuntu 22.04, and you can see that here in the bottom. So it's fine. Good luck. Peace.